Here at home, a utility rate settlement between the city of Indianapolis and AES could push your utility bills higher beginning next year.
A consumer advocacy group and the state's utility consumer advocates say the rate increase is unnecessary. News 8's Garrett Bergquist is here to show us what this will mean for your bills.
AES officials say the settlement would prevent any additional rate increases until 2030. But consumer advocates say they hope the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission rejects the deal. Both residential and commercial customers would pay more under the proposed settlement. Documents included in the settlement show residential customers would see a higher rate increase over the next 2 years than either small or large commercial customers. And that's half of what AES requested earlier this year. Why was it necessary to charge more to the residential customers than the commercial, though?
So it's not about charging more for both of those. It's a flat increase for the same reasons, and just their rates are different because residential and commercial rates are different.
Duncan says the average residential customer will pay an additional 6.5% per month by 2027. That's assuming the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission approves the idea. The Citizens Action Coalition says even a small increase can impact low-income residents.
$10 is lunch money for your kid at school. $10 could be the cost of a prescription, enough gas to get around for a few days. Those are the types of decisions that Hoosiers here in Indianapolis, struggling to make ends meet on a day-to-day basis, have to make every single day.
Olson is not the only critic. Indiana Utility Consumer Counselor Abby Gray says the settlement agreement filed by AES and other parties shows the utility's initial request was inflated and unnecessary. The OUCC stands by its initial recommendations for a reduction from current rates and will oppose the utility settlement agreement. Duncan says the company needs that extra revenue to make improvements.
We've made many generation investments like our Pike County battery energy storage system that will really, we think, will improve, reliability and safety for our customers, and that is top priority no matter what for us.
She says under the agreement, AES would have to cut back on some functions as it is, such as tree trimming. Mayor Joe Hogsett says taxpayers want their dollars to go toward the functions of government that matter to them most, like maintaining our streets and roads. These cost savings on city streetlights mean more dollars can be dedicated elsewhere in the city's operating budget going forward.
We don't object to the idea that monopoly utilities have an obligation to serve their customers. However, residential customers that can't afford their bills today, small businesses that can't afford their bills today, it's not their job to foot the tab for large companies like Rolls-Royce, like Eli Lilly, like others who were part of this settlement. They need to pick up their costs.
Once again, it's up to the IURC whether or not this goes into effect. People will be able to submit testimony for or against the rate increase in the agreement. We expect the IURC will make a decision sometime next spring. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.